well, name names. The biggest thing was myself. I'm not gonna lie, because and I'm not just trying to be politically correct or whatever. Like, it really started with myself, because at the end of the day, I'm still playing the game. So if I can't get myself to enjoy it, then, you know, like, I can blame everybody else. But at the end of the day, like, it's still gonna start with me. Mm-hmm. And there are times, even during Insanity, during the New York stuff, that, like, you guys saw the highlights. There are times in those moments where, you know, I actually wasn't enjoying the game either, because I was putting so much pressure on myself to succeed or to be what everybody else wanted me to be. And so I really had to address that, and that wasn't like an overnight thing. It was like a process that took years and years and years, and I'm still figuring that out. Even when times, you know, when trials come now, or bad games, bad performances, whatever, I still have to find a way to, you know, how do I disassociate this or not make my performance like my identity or everything, because I just care a lot about it. So that was number one. You know, that's the simple way of saying is I just had to learn how to really, like, trust God with it, play for God. And as cliche as that sounds, it's really true. Like, it helped free me a lot on the court, where I could get to a point where I enjoyed it. And then circumstantially, there's a lot of other things going on too. Like you said, the LA season, I mean, you play 82 games. If you win 21 of them, there's not a lot of us in here that would be like, I love the game. 21 out of 82, man. We had a 3-game win streak. We thought we won the championship. We were really, like, legitimately celebrating. Like, it wasn't like we were legitimately celebrating in the locker room for winning 3 in a row. And so that was tough. And then I think the biggest, another big part is why I'm excited to be back is I'm in a position of where I feel like this is what I was meant to be. Mm-hmm. I was meant to be a leader. I was meant to be a starting point guard. Like, coming off the bench and playing spot minutes, or if you're hot tonight, we'll play you. If you're not, we won't. Like, to me, that was never who I dreamed of becoming as a basketball player. You know, I didn't, as a kid, say I want to come off the bench. No one grows up saying that, you know, like, I just want to be a bench player. You always shoot for the stars.
Was it just the matter of winning more, or what was the...
I think spiritually I got to a different place. That's really important. Spiritually, I was able to, like, just be content with who God is or who He is in my life versus, hey, I need you to give me X, Y, and Z for me to be happy. I tell some of my family and friends, my biggest regret in life actually is that for the first 5 years of my NBA career, I didn't enjoy it the way I really should have. Actually, I don't think I enjoyed it, period. Like, if you, on a binary scale, if you're like, did you enjoy your first 5 years or not, I would give it I did not, 0. And that's my biggest regret. And last year I really got to a point where I was like, man, time is passing me by, and I really need to start enjoying this. And, like, so I started focusing on the present, the moment, like today's practice or today's game. There were times where we would be losing, and I'd look up, I see 10,000 fans, and I'd be like, man, I'm blessed to be able to be playing in front of all these players. Even though I'm losing, even though I'm not playing well, like, this is a tremendous opportunity. And so I was able to slow down in my own mind. I was able to really be content with who God was and not what I wanted God to bless me with. And I think that changed a huge switch in my mind, where I started smiling a lot on the court, started doing stuff with my hair that I would never have done before. Like, honestly, I went through a lot of hair phases and whatever, but, like, with each one, I had a lot of criticism. Actually, probably some of you guys in this room were probably criticizing me when I first started and doing crazy stuff. But to me, that was more an expression. It wasn't so much me trying to do anything for anybody else. It was just, why not? Mm-hmm. Like, I'm just having fun. I'm just being myself. Like, I've always been, you know, a little bit out there. I've always wanted to have fun with my hair or my clothes or whatever. I've just always been that type of person. So why do I have to? I don't have to be cookie cutter. I don't have to be, you know, what anybody else wants me to be. Like, if I take some criticism along the way, that's fine. Like, I'm not hurting anybody putting a mohawk up. So I'm gonna put a mohawk up. Yeah. And that's kind of like where I got to, and right, where I was able to really. That was a big expression to me, or a sign that I was like, hey, like, just live your life and have fun doing it.
Yeah. Sorry, I think
that was just every year I do a fan event, and so so once a year I just want to thank my fans. So this year was the Facebook Live thing, and someone asked me about that.
And you took a very hard position against all soup.
Yeah, I mean, look, I don't want to.
It was written up in GQ. I mean, this is another thing of, like, just the absurd amount of attention that you get. It's like people now know that you don't like soup, and not everybody's happy about it.
Yeah, you know,
The people want to know.
the people want to know.
Yeah.
The most mad, I mean, my mom is the most mad out of anybody because there's been hundreds of times where she's made soup and I didn't drink it. And I was like, Mom, I refuse to. And growing up, it'd be like, all right, here's some soup. You're not leaving the table until you drink it. And I'd be like, okay. She'd walk away and, you know, you pour it down the sink. I've already admitted this to her, so it's okay if she sees it. But I just don't like it. I don't know how else to say it. There's no science or rhyme or reason. Like, growing up, I never liked it. And now that I'm 28, I still don't like it. So I don't like pho, ramen.
See? You thought it was a silly question. It started listing delicious soups.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
So when I eat ramen, I prefer to have all the soup. It's cooked in the soup, and then you separate them, you drain it, and then I eat it. Yeah. I don't know. It's just,
Sorry.
yeah. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry to everybody I offended, but I don't like soup. I never will.
Well, now that we're